And thanks very much for the invitation. And my topic will focus on the transit-oriented development, evaluation, and success for factors. I coming from Beijing Jiaotong University in China, and I come from School of Architecture, Department of Urban Planning. It's my great honor to be here, invited by Professor Prof, and it's my sixth visit to Thailand. And my presentation will be broken into the following parts. Firstly, I would like to talk about one of the transitions recently in the organization ministries. Previously, it is Ministry of Construction and Housing. Now we have two ministries in charge of the regional development. And then I will evaluate the TOD successfulness from three disciplinary and three dimension. And firstly, what is a TOD? Yesterday, a lot of my friends asked this topic. It is a theory. Actually, the concept is originally coming from the US when it is highlighting very neighborhood scale development along the bus corridor. Well, currently, nationwide, we have two policies. Firstly, it's new urbanization. It highlights the quality of urbanization rather than the speed. The second is the stronger transportation. So it highlights the connectivity nationwide by not only high-speed train, but also other transportation mode. And also, we recently finding that we have a lot of similarities and also difference in developing countries such as us, and also such as most of the Southeast countries like Thailand, Malaysia, Cambodia. And not only in China, but also the global organization like the World Bank, the Asia Infrastructure Investment Bank, they pay a lot of interest on that topic recently. And my presentation today was basically on my previous study. During the year of 2021 and 2022, I served as a TOD specialist in the World Bank office and contacting a summary report project of 7 cities in China. And my presentation today was basically by collecting the reports and make a summary. And most of them are our authentic research already published. I always attach the link here. And here is the project. Actually, besides the 7 cities, we also have one of the platform on the ministry level. This is the Ministry of Housing and Construction. And here is the link to download. I think might be the old version of slides. Do we need to change the new version, or it is okay? Let me just continue. So about the program, we have 2 layers. The first layer is from cities. We broke into 3 scales: the city scale, corridor scale, and the station scale. And here we found it in different scale. We care about different things because it is original concept focused only on a very macro scale. That is on neighborhood, how bus or a station physically coordinates with the space. But later on, we could find that it might have other version. And on the national wide, actually, railway plays a great role in leading the urbanization process previously and currently. So this is about the generally transition in terms of the development stage about the railway construction in China. Before the year of 1978, the economy reform and opening up, we do have a lot of the railway, but generally speaking, it's only focus on the big corridors. For example, in the year of 1949, when China was established, there are only 2 parts of the railway. One is connecting Beijing to Shanghai, while the other is connecting Beijing to Guangzhou. Well, in the first and the second 5 years, At that time, the country think that we should build a channel, east and the west, so it could connect the materials production to the coastal cities. And then it is until the economy reform and opening up. So we build what is called 7 corridors horizontally, well, 8 corridors vertically. So it's connected most of the prefectural level city. And until the late of 1990s, every prefectural level city except the Xinjiang province and Tibet, they already have a train station. And it became transformed again. In the current period, it's not a matter of connectivity by the rail, but a matter of speed. How to improving the mobility nationwide. It is used to be the hot issue for the Ministry of Railway. Now it has been transformed into the China Railway Corporation. So what has been currently done about the high-speed train? How is shaping China's new urbanization? And this is some of the data about the high-speed train. And here we would say that from the year of 2008, that is the Summer Olympic, on the bottom, there is an increasing miles in terms of operation. And also we would say that it's a continuously increasing passenger volume. And here, during the COVID-19, we have a decreasing, but after that, it's already coming up. And according to the World Bank calculation, and originally in the year of 2008, we have very limited high-speed train from Beijing to Tianjin, from Dalian to Shenyang, and also between Nanjing and Suzhou, and also Qingdao to Jinan. But currently, we have more corridors established, not only in the domestically, but recently we have a new national policy. That is a new Western corridor. So why China build a corridor as a national policy? Firstly, now they have the Belt and Road Initiative. They are connecting the railway to the Middle East and the European countries. Well, it's link of a connection domestically to the southern part, especially to the Southeast Asia. So according to the policy, we're cutting through some of the transportation hubs, like Chongqing, the very hinterland city will be a transportation hub. And just this year, this September, there is a new high-speed train under cooperation that is between Kunming and Chongqing. So the total minutes, the total hours has been shrinking down to only 2 and 4 hours. And originally, it needed more than 5 hours because of the mountain area. So we also connected to the border area between China and Laos in Yunnan province. And it is not a really the concept of a high-speed train, but the speed is still very high. So how the high-speed train changing and transforming the urban space? Now we link individual urban space into megaregions and metropolitan areas, and it do change the way of living, especially for the young generation. For example, in one of the megaregion of the capital region, Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei area, we have high-speed train, we have normal speed train, and we also have metro system. How is linking the job and housing opportunities? And here is a map. The red one color shows the people living outside of the capital region. So here we will see that a lot of them actually living in Tianjin, especially around Tianjin Station or Tianjin West Station, and they have a daily commuting to the capital region. And the color in Beijing area, in color of blue, represents the job density. So why is it commuting? It has been not because they are lower income and the affordability of housing. It's because the young generation want to have the best type of job and also enjoy the best living condition. This is a twin city living model, and it's dramatically changed the way of life for many, many people According to the statistic, especially from the East Corridor, every day there are about 50,000 people commuting every day, and along Beijing and Tianjin corridor, another 13,000 people commuting every day. So it is a lot. According to the statistics of the 7th population census survey in China, in year of 2020, already the total job positions have overcome the residential populations in the administrative housing of Beijing. So it is a year of migration of metropolitan areas commuting by not only subways, but also intercity train and the highways. So we would evaluate by building a framework connecting not only urban scale, but corridor scale and the station scale. And our evaluator, whether it's successful or not, can not only tell from the passenger flow, but we will see whether it's financially sustainable, whether it's environmentally friendly, and whether it will provide widen or narrow the gap between the disadvantaged people and average people. Do we provide a better social equity by constructing the high-speed train? And here is more details when we look about the case study. The first case study is that in Beijing. Next page, please. It's suddenly stopped. Yes, next, please. And and they seem to be frozen. So next page, please. So my first case about the economic dimension in land value capture. Firstly, I would like to review some of the previous literature, not only in China, but also in other developing countries. When they have their first subway, the surrounding housing price will be increased. For example, in one of the city in Mumbai, when they have the subway line 1, and then the surrounding housing price will increase by 17%. That is quite a lot. And recently, a lot of the city already have their first railway. For example, Ho Chi Minh City are thinking about the first subways. And here, next page, please. And next page, please. Thank you. And we will evaluate by calculating the accessibility, the mixed use, and also some of the evaluator. And the land value capture is not only about the public, although all of the land in China are owned by the government, but it is a public-private ownership together, and who will gain the benefits from building the subways. And here is the answer. Next page, please. And next, we will taking Tianjin as an example. So in Tianjin, the case, it is very interesting. Although we have a train station in the middle, as here, the original Tianjin station is located in a very middle place. But in order to avoid the traffic jam, they somehow build a new train station, high-speed train station in Tianjin West Station. So we are going to evaluate while changing a lot of the intercity train station from the center to a little bit suburban area, what will be happen to the city? And here we will see some of the basic information. Firstly, about the passenger volume. The passenger volume here we will see that Tianjin West Station already have almost a similar passenger volume as Beijing South. Some of the high-speed train stations, they are just overpass the capital area. So this is a quite high passenger volume. And in terms of job housing spatial relationship, we will see that already the highest density of population concentrated in the northern part, which is closer to the capital region. But here, at the same time, we will see that the jobs, the employment opportunity still concentrated in the traditional downtown area. So there is a mixed mismatch between job and housing. So how to balance that? Besides the Tianjin Y station, here, and this is a Y station, new station, and there is a new, there is a old. The government connecting the new and the old by subway line 6. So there are two effects. The first effect is the direct effect, land value capture by increase the land surrounding the new station. And the next is indirect effect. This is land value capture along the subway line 6. So how they will get? Are they going to be success, or we have some lessons? Then we will go to the next page. Next page, please. And here we are using the model of land value increase. The land value increase highlights that if we have a new subway or new railway, the housing price or the land price will increase dramatically from the point here after the announcement of a new project. And although it is not finished, because the prediction, the land value began to increase. And another very milestone period this year is putting into operation. And then after the operation, we have two curves. The first curve is because the land value capture, because the subway or the high-speed train. Well, the operational benefits will increase the other. There is an amenity and the public facility increase because of operation. So here we will test whether we will success or not. Next page, please. Next page, please. Okay. So here we collect the data from one of the website platform called HomeLink. HomeLink is a platform where you want to rent a house or buy a house in China. So here, we will collect the data from the year of 2011 to 2019 to see after the operation in the year of 1970, whether the housing price change. We are using two different models. Next page, please. The two models are collected here. So we collect some of the models, including the surrounding property, and we collect the on-sale data, and we recognize all the on-sale data and put into the model. Next page, please. And here we use two-place model. The one is a comparison model. The other is a regression. So we will see that when we divided the different zones, like within 500 meters, between 500 meters and 1 kilometer and above, which area captures the most part of the value. Then we will get the next page, please. And here we will get a very interesting results. Firstly, comparing about different zones, which part will be better? And here we got a very interesting results. It is not the nearer the better according to the original TOD concept in the US. The area within the circle of 500, when the economy is not good, when the housing prices are shrinking, and the housing prices are going down dramatically like this, because the bubble are easy to break up in this area. Well, the area within 500 meters to 1 kilometer is the best because that value capture keep increasing and is among the best. And also, if too far away, like over 1 kilometers, the benefit getting from the land value increase because the subway or light rail is not so significant. And here we see the time change. The operation time is at the year of 2017, but the housing price are continuously going down. So what has happened to that? Why this has happened? One reason is because the economy period, and it reached to the top in that period or in the year of 1917. But more importantly, the lessons we learn here is about Tianjin municipal government. Normally, when we want to do the land value capture by indirect effect, we will concentrate in just one of the subway line. But the ambitious district government have 3 parallel under construction line, which is under construction simultaneously. So what's about that? There are only limited households who want to buy new apartment. They are separate in 3 lines, and none of the line get benefit from them. That is taking for the example, like I have a hen in my house, and I want a daily egg, and this is sustainable. But if I want 1 to 3 eggs per day, the hen might be sick because it's not a very sustainable way of doing the subways. That is a very good story from Tianjin. And then let's talk about the other issue, that is a final result. According to the theory, the curve continuously going up. The good story continues as long as the passenger flow goes up and the housing price for the whole city going up. But just think about what is will be shrink. Probably both the government and the developer and the household, they will all lose money if they want more from the land capture. They cannot capture enough from the parallel 3 construction lines. Next page, please. And then the final product, we are building a platform to evaluate which part will have the highest passenger volume. So only for the developer choose the correct location, they could be benefit. If they want to expand more, especially to the far suburban area, it could be very high risk comparing to the middle part of the city. Well, we will see that the platform is very interesting and changing in a dynamic way. So we could monitoring and we could select the best location. There is an old saying in China, if you want to buy a housing, location, location, and location. I guess it should be same in the UK. Yes. And next, please. So just a summary about the physical sustainability. Normally, we will considering about whether a TOD project make money or not, but continuously, when we thinking about how we should benefit from the whole corridor or the whole city, the calculation may be different. When we focus on the individual topic, we should expand more to think about the future, about the whole city. When we, for example, when we are municipal governments, we devoted so much by taxpayers' money, so we would considering how we can get money back from that. Next page, please. Besides the economy issue, we also care about the disadvantaged people. We build a high-speed train, we build a subway for home. Can we benefit the low-income people, the elderly, and the female? Next page, please. And here we will take an example of Latin American city Bogota. Well, the absolutely accessibility increase. The comparative accessibility for the urban low-income neighborhood, such as the dead end, because it's still far away from the BRT, it actually have a shrinking disadvantaged location. Next page, please. And then when we monitor what is going on in Beijing, this is a job done by Beijing Institute of Planning and Design. They divided all the category of the over 17 metro station into different type. Next page, please. And here we will say that with the more suburbanized residential population, the jobs are more concentrated in the central area. For example, the East CBD area, the West CBD area, and also the research and the university concentrated area. So what will happen then? Job housing mismatch again. Next page, please. And here we would say that the job housing mismatch happened at all the scales. Now, in the recent years, we could have big data collected from smart card data. And here, we would say that the job housing mismatch happened when people want to build new sub-centers, for example, Tongzhou administrative sub-centers in the east. It's in order to, the initial is very good to balance job and housing. But what had happened, when we build some of the housing here, they still found a job in the inner city. Well, as a job center, the attraction for all of the city is still very limited. Next page, please. And then we're talking about happiness. Why we are happy when we're commuting? We will see here that by doing a survey, by questionnaires and interviews, the long commuters, not all of them are not happy. For example, if they could live in the dead end, in the terminal station, they might be happy. They have a vacant train just for them. But who are not happy, it is some samples who lives far away from the metro station and also who live in the middle. Because in the middle, you have a very crowded train during the peak hour. Although the facility is there, but you cannot just get on the train just once. So next page, please. Thank you very much. Thank you, sorry. Okay, so next, not only BRT, not only metro system, but BRT, we have the same issue. And here is another example in western part of the city, Urumqi. Urumqi is a capital city of Xinjiang province, and it's have extreme weather, super hot in the summer and super cold in the winter. And here we calculation about what kind of disadvantaged people live. And according to our calculation, we will see that after the BRT operate, there are more jobs along the routes. So that could bring more regular job positions, such as working in the institute or working in the factories, especially for female residents when they have a reliable bus system, or other way, they will just stay home as housewife or have a part-time job. And here is how they benefit the social equality as a city. And the last part is about carbon emission. Previously, we have highlighted high density and mixed use, but it is always true in the case of China. Taking Beijing as an example, we're calculating job and housing mismatch issue into this topic. It is here that normally we have green transportation, green buildings, but systematically, if we have a more balanced job and housing urban form, the carbon dioxide will be lower. And here we will consider about who has the carbon dioxide. It's the low-income people. They are more rely on the public transit, for example, subways and bus. And here we will say that the high-income people, they have choice, but the low-income people, they are quite reliable. When we want to reduce the lines, we should take that into consideration. And also, another case study in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, shows that if we want to balance between emission, like the carbon dioxide and the VOC, NOx, by the informal bus, tuk-tuk. And we also need to consider about to whom we serve. We will balance, make a decision. Well, we put the social equity first or the environmentally friendly first. So here, I want to make a quick conclusion that in developing countries like us, there are multiple dimensions in terms of transit-oriented development. It's not only the physical issue, but relate to social equity, environmental friendly, and physical sustainability. And lastly, I want to introduce one of our journals. I've been the executive editor in the Journal of Urban Rail Transit. It focuses on the topic of urban rail transit such as metro, light rail, and high-speed train hubs. Please support, and if we would like to submit to our journal, you are super welcome. and it's our previous organized TOD session about the integration of migration. And lastly, I want to also do the advertisement about our program in English. We have two programs funded by MOFCOM. This is urban planning and transportation. And our university established because the first railway was established, and it's our first president who got a degree from the US and then returned back to China to build the first railway. And in transportation, we ranked for #1 according to the US survey and QS ranking. And also, here are the tuition fees depending on language. But here we have a scholarship provided by multiple sources. And here is the application if you're interested. And we have one of the policy, the more study hard, the less tuition fees they will pay. So the next year, they will reduce to half or even waive all the tuition fee. And here our 2 years program in master urban and rural planning also encouraged to apply to urban like traffic and transportation engineering. It is offered in English. And here is the scholarship covers. And finally, I want to thank again for the organizer for inviting me back to Thailand again. My first connection to Thailand is because of Princess. When I was an undergraduate student 20 years ago in Peking University, I have the very special honor to be volunteers to the highest Princess. And she just told me that we should have more connections and channels between Thailand and China. So I'm thinking about, I will study about urban planning. I would contribute and serve on the road from China to Thailand. And then during previous years, before the COVID-19, we visited the Chulalongkorn University, AIT, and Chiang Mai University to try to build more partnership. And here, I want to thank the organizer again for inviting me back here. And this is the end of my slides, and welcome to contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Zhang. Any question from the floor? Oh, one more question from the floor. One from the back. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Professor John Roberts, Chairman of KU Rail, Kasetsart University. You talk about the systems increasing the value of land. Who does that benefit?
It depends. In some of the city municipal government invest in the subway system. That is different inputs, but the output depends. Because all of the land in China literally are owned by the government. Normally, the district government has the right to issue the land, they benefit. And some of the metro stations, the metro corporations, if they rent some of the land before they restore some of the land along the corridor before the construction, they also benefit. And if not, they might losing money.
Can I give you two cases? If you're a farmer working land, you need that land to produce your food and sell it and make money. The value of the land has no benefit to you. The only problem comes if you want to expand your farm, you want to buy more land, it's more expensive, you can't buy it. Second case, if you are a young person wanting to buy a house and the value of the land is going up and the house prices are going up, they can't afford to buy a house. So who is it benefiting?
It's still complicated because we have different land ownership
No,
system.
it's not complicated. It's simple. Mm-hmm. You have a a growing population of young people who cannot afford to buy their own houses, so they have to rent. You have farmers who are struggling to make profit, and the value of their land doesn't matter at all. So it's not complicated. So you quoting increased value of land as one
Yes.
of the benefits, it's not a benefit to the people who live there.
Probably it's under the growing population, but in the capital region, we face the challenges that there are shrinking population. So it could be difficult to say that the housing or the land value will continuously growing. For example, currently in Beijing, the housing price are shrinking a little bit, like 20% comparing to before the COVID-19.
I just don't see that. It must be,
But thanks for your questions and comments.
yes, I just don't agree.
Thank you very much
Thank you
for
very
the
much.
comprehensive review. Yeah. Thank you, Professor Zhang.